What's up, everybody? Typically, I don't whisper, but I lost my voice today. I'm just kidding. Oh, God. All right, so I gotta take a selfie with my ID. This is just wonderful. So I'm trying to go live on my new account, and I gotta take a selfie with my ID. Of course, let me guess, China's gonna have it as soon as I do this. They probably already have it, so it's fine. United States. What are you guys up to? What's going on? What is the scuttlebutt? All right, so flip this around. That's not my ID. Where the hell is my ID? There it is. All right. I can't show you guys this, so stand by. How do I do this? Oh. I think I gotta take my glasses off. Yeah, I know. China already has it. Don't worry. Oh. How's everyone doing tonight? Hope you guys are having the best day of your lives. Oh, wait, I have to take the back this time. Whoops. All right. Yeah, I'm not doing this. No, not doing this. Go back. It says it wants me to take a selfie, but I have to take my hat off. All right, so everybody on TikTok, how you guys doing? What's going on? And everybody on the Facebook and the Instagram. And all right, let me do this. This is weird. All right, this is not working. Forget it. I was trying to go live on the new TikTok. Whatever. It is what it is. Oh, man. So I'm wearing these glasses because I am burnt out. I woke up today, jumped in my iSparrow, did a little workout, and I've been on my computer all day, grinding, making sure that December is the absolute best month we've ever had in the business. Because I just left my job. And this is it. I am betting on myself. And I say this because we have a problem doing that as veterans sometimes. I think sometimes we are waiting for either permission or for someone to tell us when we're getting promoted or what's next or what unit we're going to or what course we're going into. And it's a problem. It's a problem because we get out of the military and we don't realize that we are in charge of ourselves now. And these are not the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. They're from Whoop. They are blue light blocking glasses because I've been behind the monitor all day and I should have been wearing these much earlier. But I'm here to talk. I'm here to just conversate. It's been a while since I did a live and I just wanted to hop on here and just see how everybody was doing. So let me read all the comments. Angela0803, thank you for joining. Harambe Revenger, thank you for joining. I didn't even know I followed this. Well, thank you for following me, brother. I appreciate you. Where are you from? Harambe Revenger. Freaking love that name. And what's up, Jaime? How you doing? Jaime is over here on the YouTube. Thanks for hopping on, brother. I appreciate you. So I'm going to be talking today about whatever you guys want to talk about. And if you are a veteran, I highly encourage you guys to follow me. Why? Well, because I'm controversial and I'm going to definitely piss you off. and it's going to make you think about things a little bit differently. And the reason I do this is because we think a lot of things. We have dark humor. We bash on each other, but we don't say the things that we need to say to each other. I honestly believe that when we coddle each other as veterans instead of holding each other accountable and giving the better example of what's actually possible for us as veterans, we honestly hurt the veteran culture. And I really do believe that. Don't get me wrong. There are veterans that need help, but there are a lot of veterans who don't want help. And when we spend all of our energy and resources trying to help the veterans that don't want the help, that fight us on it, we feel like we're doing something. We feel like we're trying. We feel like, well, you know what? It's not on me. I'm giving everything I have. The problem is that there are many veterans out there who want the help, who are willing to speak up, but they don't do so. Why? Well, because those other veterans make it taboo. They make it so it feels that if you raise your hand and that you need help, you're weak. And that's just not true. And it's just simply not true. Let me flip the camera so you guys can see the cool sign behind me. All right, beautiful. No, now it's flipped the wrong way. Hold on, let me flip it right up. Stand by. Target. Yes, just target sky. Oops, I don't know what I just did. All right. Nope, I gotta flip it again because now it says Evibla. Mirror video, turn that off. All right, cool. So, like I said, sometimes I think that there are veterans out there who they make it harder for other veterans to actually get help because they complain and they moan and they bitch. And instead of actually getting help, they just want someone to hear them. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with being heard. When you feel heard, you feel like you're doing something. You feel like at least you're trying. You're not. Trying means doing. Trying means doing. It means showing up to the VA appointment. It means answering that phone when someone calls you and they're trying to help you. It means not taking money and then owing money and running away with it. It means not taking advantage of other veterans or other people in general. And there's a lot of veterans that do that. And it pisses me off. It pisses me off. You look like Ray Romano. You know, you're the second person that has said that to me. I'll take it as a compliment. Brandon, I'm glad that you're here for the controversy, brother. And I see everybody. Man, this is the most people I think I've had on all the platforms in a while. So I got people on TikTok, on the Facebooky, on the Instagram, and on the what's the other one? And on the YouTube. Drink water. I think the hardest thing about accomplishing it is the accountability factor of life. Shit, I'm going to get yelled at if I don't do this. We ain't got that shit now. Harambe Revenger said that on Instagram. You're right. So we have to be our own commanders. We have to be our own platoon sergeants. We have to understand that no one is coming to tell us what to do or how to do it. And then when they do tell us, we get angry. We feel like we're being told what to do, but now we're veterans. We're supposed to be free, right? We're supposed to be able to do what we want, grow our hair out, get beards. But it doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. Like, you're a human being. You are a civilian. You are in society now. You have to learn to fit in. And if you don't, the only one... There we go. You know what? Let's flip it backwards. Why not? No. The only one that suffers is you. The only one that suffers is you. Why? Well, because when you ruin your life, when you go through a divorce, when you go into the drinking phase of thinking that that's how you solve or deal with your problems, the people that you directly affect are the people that are still there, that love you, because you've pushed everybody else away. And when you are that veteran that refuses to actually get help, when you are that veteran that just loves to go on social media to complain and use dark humor and just blame everybody else, you are setting the bad example. Because there's new veterans that come out every day. There's thousands of veterans that get out every day. And they see you. And then they feel like, well, if this guy's been doing it longer than me and, he's not complaining, or he says that the VA is all jacked up. My wires are all twisted back here. Hold on a second. Then I guess I can't go to the VA. So if you're seeing a veteran, yeah, now I look cool. So if you're seeing a veteran and he's on social media talking about how the VA is messed up and how nobody helps you and society is all jacked up and everyone's out to get you. And you're supposed to be the example. You're his team leader, right? You're his platoon sergeant, whether you know it or not. They look to you for guidance. You're the veteran that's been out longer than they have. And you say these things. Do you really think that they're going to actually go and get help? Do you really think that they're going to feel like it's okay to say that they're going through something? They're not. They're going to feel like if they complain, well, they're wrong because somehow you don't get help. And if they get help, well, does that make them weaker? It doesn't. But it's a messed up mentality. You sacrificed so much for the military. You're supposed to have earned the right to be a veteran and live in society and get certain benefits, right? And privileges. But if you get out and you don't use what's there for you and actually show up to these appointments and make the appointments, then what is it all for? What is it all for? Now, I like to be controversial. And you know what? I say these things because it's what's worked for me. This is my opinion. And they're mine. That's the beautiful thing about this life. We can talk about our opinions, what we think, what we believe. And I believe that as a veteran culture, we have a lot of toxicity. I believe as a veteran culture, we put ourselves down way too much. We put others down way too much. We get out, we go into this honeymoon phase of feeling like, well, I'm out. I'm going to get fat. I'm going to drink. I'm going to eat whatever I want. And we don't. We don't realize that there is a new normal that we have to adapt to. Yes, you're right, Sand Sailor. I'm not going to put your name on blast. And thank you for sharing the live. Fit and Fierce with 5, one of my clients. Sand Sailor is one of my clients. I appreciate you guys always showing up. Jaime is one of my clients. I appreciate you showing up. And the people, and Fisherman Quinn on Instagram said, then people just think you're weird and you sit at home with your dog playing Space Marine and watching the fat electrician. Nothing wrong with being weird. Nothing wrong with being who you want to be. I think that's the best part. Jose, what's up, man? I'm also from Chicago, brother. We're neighbors. So my point is to say that you have to be your own advocate. You have to stop thinking about what people are thinking about you or judging you because they're not. Everyone's going through their own shit. You have to stop wondering what your buddies would say if they knew that you were getting help at the VA, going to the shrink, going to the wizard. It doesn't matter. In fact, if they see you do it, it might actually inspire them to do the same thing because they need it too. We're not invincible. We're human beings. You can be relentless in your pursuit of absolutely anything that you want, but it doesn't mean that you have to ignore your problems. It means that you have to address them. It means that you have to actually lean into the shit that's not working right and then do something about it. Change your perspective by changing the way that you look at life. If you treat yourself as a victim and you get angry because you feel like the world's coming at you, and you feel like life is unfair, you feel like the military screwed you over, and that the government doesn't care about you, well, then it's so easy to tell yourself that, well, it's not really up to you, is it? It's not your fault. It may not be your fault, but it is your responsibility. It may not be your doing, but it is up to you to fix it. You're out. There is no first sergeant. There is no squad leader. There's no company commander. You have to be in charge of yourself. You have to stop waiting for somebody to give you permission to start working out again. To actually start eating healthy for once. Not the in and out every weekend. To start waking up on time the way you used to. To start taking care of yourself. You can't drink yourself silly every weekend the way that you did when you were in. You're out. But we don't. We don't do that. And don't get me wrong, like Jose said, there are some amazing veterans, and they are sometimes the exception. And that's hard to say for me. Because it's not that I'm bashing on veterans. It's just that I want more for you guys. I want more for me. I don't want to be labeled as some crazy veteran with PTSD. I am a veteran that is dealing with stuff, healing from it, and working through it, and coming out on the other side better for it. I welcome adversity. I'm glad that I go through the things that I go through every single day because I know that it makes me better. I know that I am changing for the better. I know that I am making conscious decisions every single day to wake up and win my day. You guys have seen me on my Instagram story. I wake up, jump in the ice barrel, and I tell myself, and my son does it with me, today is the best day ever. Because yesterday doesn't exist anymore, and tomorrow is not here yet. So you have one day. And if you have one day, why not make that one day the very best day ever? Thank you guys all for joining. I see everybody on here, and I appreciate you. Mark, what's up, brother? I see you. And the reason I say all these things is because that was me. Lucy, what's up? Thank you for joining. That was me. I was that veteran that felt angry. I was that veteran that distanced himself from the military, from other veterans, because I felt angry. I felt salty. I felt like, why is it that I can't get ahead? Why does my marriage keep falling apart? Why do I drink every weekend? Why can't I stop? Why do I have no motivation? I was doing it to myself. You see, when you get out, you have to find a new purpose. You have to find a new purpose. You have to find it. And if you can't find it, God damn it, create it. Create it. You're out now. You wanted the freedom. You got out for a reason. Maybe you were forced out. Guess what? You're still out. You're not going back in. The grass can be greener on the other side if you water it when you get out. The grass is greener on your side if you water it when you're in. Whether you get in or whether you stay in or you get out, it is up to you about what you do with your life. And I'm here talking about this today, about the veteran culture and what's wrong with it, because I was part of that. I was a part of it. For the longest, I did not want to say the P word because I thought that, well, I would never get a job in law enforcement. I would never be able to carry a firearm. I would never be able to get the job that I want. PTSD. And I felt like if I didn't talk about that, and I'm watching my peers who are my seniors who have been out longer than me, and they're toughing it out, and they're not going to the VA, and they're talking shit about society, well, then I must be doing something wrong if I don't feel like they do. So what did I do? I gave into the veteran culture. The veteran culture that sometimes can be negative. And you go on all these Facebook groups and you become a member of them, and all before you know it, everybody's on there sharing negativity, laughing about the dark humor, putting other people down, starting arguments on social media. What? I have a coaching program called the Vet Rise Academy. I have a podcast called the Vet Rise Podcast, and I am very vocal on both of these platforms. My clients are here. They know what this is about. They know what I talk about. They know the fact that I don't hold back, because I really do believe that you can have the very best life if you take ownership over where you are at. You are exactly where you are supposed to be based on the decisions that you've made. And if in the past you have not made the right decisions, good. That means that you have a blueprint of what not to do. That means that you understand that making the wrong decisions has led you to where you are at now. But that also means that your future is in your control. That also means that your future is yours to mold how you want it. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Veteran or not. Veteran or not. And I want to thank you guys all for sharing the live. I want to thank you guys all for being here. Time is the most valuable asset that we all have, right? So I appreciate you spending time with me. I appreciate you being here. And if you want to say something, you have a question, let's talk. Let's chat. I'm here. I am leaving the police department. And I just thought about this the other day. I started writing a post about it. And I didn't post it because it didn't feel just right for me. And I realized that it's because I'm on that terminal leave, right? I'm in, but I'm out. I'm getting ready to turn my stuff in, but I haven't. You almost feel that little bit of connection. This is the second time that I will be leaving a brotherhood, a fraternity, and going into a new phase of my life. And I think that's one of the coolest freaking things that you can do. What's up, Jose? Yeah, Chicago PD too, brother. At least for the next week. Want to be homesteader? What you said about PTSD, it took me breaking down the garage to a point of hysteria. You know what, man? I'm going to tell you something. What you don't hate, you will tolerate. Gandhi said that. Actually, Malcolm X said it. And what it means to me is that what you don't hate, you will tolerate. If you are a little bit uncomfortable in your situation and you're like, it's all right. It's not the worst. It could be worse. I'm getting by. Like, you will never leave that place in your life. You will never change your circumstances. And the reason is because you're teaching yourself to put up with it. You're teaching yourself to be comfortable with it. You're teaching yourself that this is the norm for you. It is your new baseline. And then before you know it, when something amazing happens for you, when you have an opportunity, that becomes the anomaly. And it shouldn't be. A boring, complacent, comfortable life, that should be the anomaly. You should look for adversity. You should look for challenges. You did it before. What's stopping you now? You've done it before. What is stopping you now? What's up, Charlie? How you doing, brother? So I want to remind you guys, like, when something bad happens in your life, it's just something that happens. You get to decide, is it good or is it bad? Are you going to react emotionally? Or are you going to respond logically? Mark, you're right. When you seek challenge, you find purpose. Absolutely. I 1000% agree with you. And by the way, this is the man that led me in combat. This is the man that drilled as a poolee when I was a poolee. And he told me, one day, I'm going to lead you in combat, possibly. And what do you know? He did. I look up to this man, and I appreciate him being here. So thank you, brother. I appreciate you. A lot of the lessons, a lot of the things that I have learned throughout the years have been founded on the foundation that you instilled in me and that you taught me as a young Marine. And I will forever be grateful for that. So you ask, all right, JP, cool. You talk about making changes. You talk about, the fact that you have to take ownership. You talk about the fact that you cannot be happy with a complacent life. Well, what do you do about it? The thing is that you know what you want to do. You know that you are not truly happy. You know that you're just getting by. You know that you are living in this life of dissatisfaction. But because you don't take ownership of the fact that you are there because of the decisions you've been making, you won't change it. Because you don't take ownership over the fact that you are exactly where you are at based on the decisions you've been making, you're not looking for a way out. You feel like you're being held down by everybody, by everything, but you're not. No one controls you. No one tells you what to do with your time anymore. You have decided. And don't come at me with, well, I'm at a dead-end job. You took the job and you've stayed there. You are in the relationship that you don't enjoy being. You are in the friend circle that you know brings you down. You're drinking the drinks every weekend that you know are slowly killing you. You're building the negative habits that have deteriorated your core values and principles because, yes, they still matter. Yes, they still matter. So ask yourself, why? Why am I doing this to myself? Self-awareness is the first step. When you become self-aware, when you wake up, when you step out of the freaking matrix and you realize that this is your doing, you can't go back. You know what's down that road. And when you go down that road, after you've become self-aware and you realize that it is your doing, it is your fault, and if you don't change it, you will be on this path for a lifetime. And when you go back, now, you not only have lost the willpower to change, but you have now consistently lost faith in yourself. When you fail yourself, when you don't do what you said you were going to do, when you don't follow through with telling yourself that you're going to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, when you don't jump in the ice barrel, when you don't do the work that you know that you have to do and you avoid it, you have only yourself to blame. That is how you lose faith. That is how you lose integrity. Nobody else is watching. Nobody else cares. Everyone is living their lives. Everyone has their problems. On the flip side, however, when you do wake up when you're supposed to, when you go to the gym, when you eat the healthy foods, when you put down that bottle, when you ignore the negative people, when you don't look for fights, when you stop being an asshole to everybody, that is how you build confidence because you did what you said you were going to do. I appreciate it. Thank you for the gifts. It's not necessary, but I appreciate it. You have to be willing to feel uncomfortable. You have to be willing to be a little bit angry at yourself. You have to be angry at yourself. It is part of the process, in my opinion. You have to be angry at where you are at because if you are not, it means that you don't believe it's your fault. It means that you feel like you are a victim of your circumstances. It means that you feel like the world is against you, and it's not. I don't care what politics you have. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what skin color you have. I don't care what you've been through. Succeed in spite of it all. Do not be that veteran that feels like he has to tear other people down to feel better about himself. That was me. I used to love being the best guy in the office, the guy that wrote the most search warrants, the guy that got the best arrests, the most guns. But I did it at the expense of the people around me. I did it at the expense of my marriage. Thank you, Vic. Yeah, I appreciate you being here. Eric, I got 1 week left. I turn in my star and shield and gas mask on Monday. Grand evening, just stopping in. Phone on 6%. Stay safe, stay blessed. Appreciate you, big energy. Thank you very much. Fisherman Quinn calling me out. I'm going to tell you something, man. I remember when I would feel called out. And you have two options here. You can either take the road of saying, well, I just can't. It's not the right time. Or, well, you see the way that my situation is, or, well, this happened to me. Or you like draw that line in the sand and cross it and never look back. You make the decision that you are going to change today. Change doesn't happen in an instant, but the decision to flip that switch of going to bed on time tonight, because by the way, your morning routine, it starts the night before. Jason, what's up, brother? Happy to see you here, man. So happy to see you here. I hope I see you on the coaching calls this week. I just sent out the calendar. Jason said, I believe one of the major issues within veteran culture is the tendency to define oneself solely as a veteran. Man, that's very true. That used to be me all the freaking time. I wanted everybody to know how much of a badass I was, what my MOS was. It doesn't matter. All it is experience. And that experience has made me the man that I am. But that is more about who I see myself as, not what the world needs to see me as. You are defined by who you are, your character, your individual skills, your personality, your, honestly, people skills too, your ability to lead. Not the way that you led in the military. We have to change. But you're not defined by what you did 15 years ago. You're not defined by what you did for 4 years. That is a fraction of your life at this point. It matters what you do now. The actions you take every day. The way that you wake up in the morning. The attitude you have with people. The way that you treat everyone. Absolutely, Alex. I learned that I am a sum of my parts as a whole person. I hear you. What's up, Robbie G? Oh, man. All right. So let's talk. I'm going to hop off my soapbox for a little bit. And this is my soapbox. This is my opportunity to say what I want to say. This is my opinions. And I feel like my opinions resonate a lot with a lot of people. And a long time ago, I stopped hiding. I was hiding. I was afraid of what one veteran might think, or what about someone that I served with, or what about other veterans that I think have it worse than me, right? Quote unquote. Like, you are you, right? And that's one of the most beautiful fucking things in this world. You are you. I don't measure myself against other people. I measure myself against who I am trying to be, where I want to be, the things I want to do. Fit and Fierce with 5 said, I was living on others' opinions instead of what I wanted. Yeah. How silly is that, right? How silly is that? Can you imagine living your life by a certain set of rules, of standards, of beliefs that aren't yours? Can you imagine not doing something, not applying for that job, not going off of that position, not starting your business, not giving it everything you have because you believe that there are 3 or 4 people in the billions of people in this world that are going to judge you? The funny part is, more than likely, they're not. They have their own shit going on. We all deal with this struggle inside. It's not just veteran specific. We all deal with this. We all wonder, am I good enough? Am I doing enough? Is this enough? However, the people that tell themselves, no, I can do more, are the ones that usually do. And the people that tell themselves, no, I can't, life is unfair, I'm a veteran and people should bow down to me, I need to go and talk shit to someone else because they're wearing a piece of uniform. I did that. I remember my first week in college. My first week in college, I was in an anthropology class. And there was a professor. And he was talking, he was teaching. And out the corner of my eye, what do I see? I see this girl falling asleep in class, snoring. And what do I do as a good freaking Marine? I go up to her during break and I tell her, hey, if you're going to fall asleep, stand up. And she busted out crying. No compassion for me, no understanding. And it wasn't my place. I could have honestly focused on the class and ignored her the way everybody else was doing. I don't know what she's going through. This isn't about pity or sympathy. This is about the fact that I did not have to do that. The professor pulls me aside. He sees this. He asks me, he's like, are you a veteran? And me, I'm like, yeah, I am. Marine. He's like, yeah, you can't do that anymore. You're not in. And that was my first realization of realizing, like, I'm in a different world. This is a different culture. I've never been here before. I don't know what the hell I was doing when I was 18. I was getting suspended from school, getting in gang fights, running away from home. The hell did I know? Lauren Henry said, the biggest challenge for me since getting out has been the feeling of going through it alone. So you're not alone, first of all, Lauren. You're not the first, and you won't be the last that goes through this. There are people out here. There are systems. We have the Vet Rise Academy. We have the podcast. There are thousands of veteran support networks out here that can help you. But I also want to encourage you to not be scared to go through it alone. And what I mean by that is that, yes, ask for help. Put your hand out there. Be willing to speak up when you need to. But in the military, we are used to having a fire team around us. We forget that we were trained to be self-sufficient. We forget that we can figure stuff out. And when you say going through it alone, maybe you need to translate that to you're doing it on your terms. You don't need all the extra noise, all the distractions. You're focused. To me, focus is the elimination of distractions. To me, focus is the elimination of the noise and focusing on one thing, prioritizing. Prior means you do it first. Wannabe Homesteader said, people who are successful in their own right aren't judging anyone for trying to do better. Absolutely. They encourage it. Alex said, the instance, I lost your comment. The existence of being governed by others' opinions kept me where I was for years, got tired of it. And I'm happy that you're admitting that, because that means that change is happening and self-awareness has been around for a while for you now. What's up? Did you read the email? Patriot Veteran, it's in my email. I would love to come out and talk. I have a check my email list, and that one is on Wednesdays. So the email will be read and replied to tomorrow. I appreciate you wanting me to come out. I would freaking absolutely love it. This is what I do full time now. So I no longer am, well, I won't be employed by the city of Chicago anymore. And it's one of those just eerie moments, right? Like I remember leaving the military. I remember thinking like I'm free. And then you get out and like it's all chaos. But then you remember that, you're supposed to be this veteran, this Marine, this soldier that thrives on chaos. So you're supposed to have it together. And then you keep welcoming the chaos without realizing that everybody else around you isn't living this way. It's not normal. You don't have to embrace the chaos the same way. You can embrace the chaos momentarily, grind in the gym, get that heart rate up, go through hard nights, opening up your business. Push yourself when you need to push yourself, but you don't have to live in chaos 24/7. That is a freaking lie. Want to be homesteader? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Get yourself some sleep. Get yourself some rest. I appreciate you. Being here means a lot to me. Alex said, also be willing to listen when you're given feedback, then do with it what you want. Yeah. I think that feedback is important. I think that you need to take everything with a grain of salt, like you said, right? And I also would encourage you guys to not listen to anyone that you wouldn't trade places with. And I really believe that. Everyone loves to give advice and feedback and opinions. And I think we do that because it is a way of ignoring our own problems, our own feelings, our own issues, our own shortcomings, because we feel like we're helping someone. Well, if I were you, what I would do was, oh, you should really do this. And like, yet here we are, still stuck in our life. Too scared to make a change. Talking shit to other people just because they could do it and we didn't. And well, you're going to fail, or I don't know, that's dumb, or I wouldn't do that, or that's pretty stupid. I'm just looking out for you. Okay. I love that one. I'm just looking out for you. Are you? Or are you trying to pour water on my fire? Are you trying to put out the freaking fire that I am actively trying to light and keep lit to make sure that it doesn't burn out? And you want to suffocate it. Good night, Savannah. Have a wonderful night. Appreciate you. Oh, 311 Brian, what's up? J-Rock, what's up, brother? How you doing? Thank you for that. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. Bean, thank you for being here. J-Rock, PJ Pajamas. Conroy, what's up, buddy? At the gym, getting after it. Appreciate you. Eric Armstrong, I'm sorry I missed your comment. I don't know if you're still here. I don't think there's a major issue with veteran culture. Some things may seem cringe for surely, but that's not a problem. Suicide is a problem. Being told masculinity is wrong is the problem. Being targeted by government because of veteran status is a problem, but I don't see an issue in veteran culture. My man, I'm going to 100% agree with you. 100%. And you have your opinion, and I have mine. But I'm going to address everything that you said specifically, point by point. If you don't think that there's a major issue with veteran culture, then you're agreeing that veterans are all in a great place. A majority, right? If we're taking your sentence at face value, it means that percentage-wise, you believe that most veterans are in a great place. However, you contradict yourself following that statement, saying that suicide is a problem. This is where I'm going to definitely flip it on you a little bit. I do not believe that veteran suicide is the number one problem for veteran culture. Now, hear me. I believe that veteran suicide is typically the number 5, number 7, number 8, number 9 problem. Because number 1 problem is identity. Number 2 is loss of mission. Number 2 is feeling like an outsider. Number 3 comes when you push everybody away. Number 4 starts when you start alienating yourself from everybody. Number 5 comes when the depression hits. Number 6 is when you ignore your PTSD. Number 7 is when you start having those dark thoughts. Number 8 is when you feel like it's hopeless. And then we get to the suicide. It doesn't start there. It doesn't. It doesn't start there. It does not start there. It started when the veteran decided to ignore his issues. It started when other veterans put him down when he did reach out for help. It started when he didn't feel an identity. It started when he didn't learn to come into society the right way because of the negative culture that we have created. Why do you think we have these problems, my man? We've created them for ourselves. And no matter what anyone tells you, no one can tell you that masculinity is wrong. No one can. You decide what you are going to be, and then you do what you are going to do, and then you put yourself in the right places, in the right circles. Don't let no one tell you anything. You decide what's what. And as far as being targeted by the government because of veteran status, my man, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The government is positioned to help us when we get out, not the military. No, the military trains killers and warfighters. We know this. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. But the government is positioned to help us when we get out. How many appointments are missed on a daily basis? How many veterans do not get their disability rating right away because other veterans didn't? How many veterans go to the VFW and just drink themselves silly? Or on the flip side, they don't go to the VFW because all the VFW is a bunch of alcohol-based situations. You create the life that you want. You cannot blame the government, my man. You cannot blame society. You cannot blame anybody else. That is a victim mindset. There is definitely an issue with veteran culture, Eric. And I'm sorry that you don't see it. And that's okay, my man. That is okay. I respect your opinion. Stand on it. I disagree. I think that there's a lot of issues with veteran culture. I think that we've done this to ourselves. I think the same way that we were very proud to be in when we were in, we need to be proud now that we are out and actually start helping each other by helping ourselves, by speaking up, by being vulnerable, by saying that, yes, I attend therapy. Yes, I have gone to the VA for PTSD. Yes, I have been through multiple divorces and I came out of it. Yes, I have had a drinking problem and I am still here. Yes, I've made changes. Yes, it was my fault. Yes, I did it. You can too. Fisherman Kwan, what's up, brother? Thank you. The government does want to help. I agree. The routes and options are there, but yeah, I'm guilty of just not even full nursing that shit. Not even pursuing that shit. Pick up the phone, my man. Make the appointments. The greasy wheel gets the oil. Just because one appointment falls through or something doesn't pan out or the internet falls apart on you the day of or you show up and they cancel your appointment, like that is not a sign for you to give up. That is adversity meant to test you. And it happens everywhere in life. It's not just the military. It's not just veterans. That happens everywhere. Do you think the people that got to where they want to be took no for an answer? Do you think the people that actually get help were willing to continuously ask for help? We can't keep blaming everybody. Conroy, have a wonderful night, brother. I will see you Thursday at 4 p.m., brother. We're going to be talking about morning routines. And when does the morning routine start, Conroy? Let me see if you get it right. How did I get over my PTSD? By acknowledging that I had it. About a month ago, I went through a procedure called the stellate ganglion block shot, and it actually addressed anxiety that I didn't even know I had. It has allowed me to be present. It has allowed me to actually be present. Now, this was not step one of addressing my PTSD. There's a doctor named Eugene Lipov, Lipov, who believes it is misnamed, misnomered, whatever you want to phrase it as. And it should actually be called PTSI, and it should be treated as an injury that you can heal from it. Not get over it, but heal from it with the right tools, the right techniques, the right procedures. And I agree with him. I'm not going to say that it's gone for me. I'm going to say that I haven't felt any symptoms since the procedure. But that's one step. That's one step. That's one step. You have to be willing to go to the VA, ask for help, go to the appointments. If you don't like your therapist, if you don't like your doctor, ask for someone else. If you don't like the way you're being treated, then go somewhere else. You have to be your best advocate because sometimes you are your only advocate. And by the way, be nice. Be nice. Everybody says that all these people at the VA are assholes. Well, think about who they are dealing with. Yeah. You don't think it has something to do with the fact that a lot of us have a chip on our shoulder? A lot of us have probably been assholes to them. Two wrongs don't make a right. I promise you, you show up with a smile on your face, you say the person's name, you shake their hand, you're on time, you're early, you're courteous, you will get more out of it. Thought provoking podcast. Appreciate you. We should connect, my man. I tried going to meetings, but it didn't work. What meetings specifically are you talking about? I got blown up 2 times. What meetings are you talking about, my man? You can't heal from PTS. There are ways you can mitigate your symptoms. I suggest you look into Dr. Eugene Lipoff. They're actually putting together a documentary about this, and I would have agreed with you a month ago. But a lot of the things that he's talking about are what do you want to call them? Cutting edge, controversial, and I believe in that kind of stuff. Yes, the night before, Jaime nailed it. 0500. Yeah, the morning routine starts the night before. Veteran meeting. So go to a different one. And guess what? Maybe that second one didn't work out for you. Go to another one. Sit with somebody else. Make new friends. Talk to people. Don't drink if they're drinking. Go there and be willing to be uncomfortable. Go there with the mindset that you are going to make a new friend. Talk to somebody new. Be uncomfortable. Talk to people. Sit in the front. Ask questions. Don't listen to the negativity. Take everything with a grain of salt, but think about what it can do for you in the positives. You can go to the VA and be an asshole and not show up to your appointment, and then that's it, right? You can also go to the VA and be absolutely a pleasant human being. And you will get more that way. You attract more bees with honey. So just remember, every human being is a different human being. Just because you had one bad interaction with someone at a VA or a veteran meeting doesn't mean they're all the same. I'm sure you all had a fucking terrible first sergeant or a terrible staff sergeant at some point, but I'm sure you've had some pretty amazing staff sergeants as well. Everybody is different. St. Cloud, Minnesota has an amazing VA program. You know what? Do me a favor, guys. Thank you, Chris, by the way. Krispy Kreme. Nice. I want all of you, if you guys have had a positive experience with the VA, drop your experience below. I want to hear about them. I want to share them because it's important. There's so many negative stories about the VA. Because of the VA, I've been able to go to the Road Home Therapy Program. Because of the Road Home Therapy Program, I was able to get the stellate, ganglion block shot at no cost to me. And it changed my life. Jose, what's up, brother? Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. So I was asking that if you have had a good interaction or a good experience with the VA or a VSO, share it. And I will read it out loud because I want people to know that it's not terrible. And who knows, maybe there's somebody watching right now that has been hearing nothing but horror stories about the VA. And that's why they haven't gone. They feel like it's only for the weak. They feel like it's for the older, decrepit veterans. They feel like, well, maybe I didn't serve in war. Maybe I didn't deploy, but I'm jacked up in other ways. Well, I can't go. I don't deserve it. Says who? Says you? What's up, Matt? How you guys doing? All right. So again, if you had a good experience with the VA, drop your. So I liked Jesse Brown VA, but the reason why. What's up? How you doing, Lita? What's up? How you doing? So Lita, if you drop your information on what you're promoting, what you're talking about, I will read it out, and hopefully everybody gets a chance to go check it out. So the Jesse Brown VA, I respect them because they are inundated with a lot of requests, and they are in the middle of the city, and they get a lot of veterans that go there. Hines VA, in my opinion, is better run just because they have less to worry about, right? So that's a lot of typing. No worries. Anybody here, do me a favor, go follow Lita. Check out her videos. She is doing some fundraising for a veteran that was affected by the hurricane, and they are working on just helping him get his life back. So when I caught Lita talking about earlier, there was a veteran who is actually very relevant to what we're talking about. Who he's immobile, right? Because he's in a, I believe, motorized chair, and it was destroyed by the hurricane. However, the VA stepped up like that, and they got him a new one really quickly. So right now they're working on getting fundraising going for him. So do me a favor, go and follow Lita. What she's doing is absolutely amazing. Vet Aid Benefit Concert this Friday. There we go. So the Vet Aid Benefit Concert this Friday, fundraising for veterans displaced by Hurricane Helene. So if you're not following Lita, you're wrong. All right. So Jaime said, I had met peer support specialist. Help me fill out an application to the domiciliary. I can't read today. Yeah. So like there's people out there that are willing to help you. You just have to ask. And you have to be willing to like say, hey, I don't know how to do this. Like, how many times have you not known how to do something? And in the military, you were berated for that. You better know how to fill out the form. And like now that doesn't apply. It doesn't apply. A lot of things don't apply anymore. And we forget that. Whew. All right. I got 8 minutes left. Matt, I appreciate you being here, brother. All right. So I went with my husband to a VA meeting. And how did that go? Concert pre-party, 5 p.m. EST. Artist starting 6 p.m. EST. And I assume they will be streaming it live, possibly on TikTok. I get out in 21 days and I'm honestly terrified. Jacob, just the person I want to see. So Jacob, this whole message is for you. All of this. Now, the reason I say this is because we're talking about the fact that there is a problem with veteran culture where we perpetrate the fact that we are scared of the VA, that the VA is messed up, that society doesn't get us, that we're angry about everything, that this, that. And like, I'm going to tell you something, Jacob. You will be okay. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. But you've done hard and challenging stuff before. Just do not lose who you are. In fact, find out who you are. You got to change. You have to find out who you are now. Drop any ego that you have. And understand that maybe a 21-year-old Best Buy freaking employee with pimples all over his face might become your boss for the first 3, 4, 5 months. And he might teach you something. But if you grind at what you are doing and you actively work on changing the negative things that the military might have given you, keeping the positive ones, and reframing some of the stuff that you have to relearn a little bit differently, you will freaking succeed. Before you know it, you'll be running the Best Buy. Before you know it, you will be able to do whatever you want. Apply to college. Get your VA benefits immediately. Use the GI Bill. Some states have specific bills for veterans. Grants. Illinois has the Yellow Ribbon program. So find out what state you're going to. If you're going to stay and wherever you're at, stay there, right? But like, don't feel like you can't go home. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't feel like you have to stay where you're at. There's no rules. That's what I'm trying to get at. Live your life. Find out who you are. It's okay to be scared. If you're scared, it means you care. It means that you're wondering what's going to happen. It doesn't mean that it's going to stop you or paralyze you. It just means it's going to be challenging. But like, reach out to people. You're on TikTok. You're finding out. You're asking questions. You're speaking up. That's step one. Send me a message. I can't reply on this account, not until December 2nd. But if you message me at The Real Juan Perez, I will reply to you. I will have a conversation with you, and I'll see how I can help you. All right. So Lita said right here on my account, go check out Lita. She has information about the concert that will be this Friday. I forgot the time already. Savannah said it was okay. I guess maybe I was just delusional about how everyone was coping. No, you're right. Like, that's true. We don't have the best coping skills because it's what we've been taught. We suck it up. We don't talk about our feelings. Those are the coping skills we know, and we have to learn new ones. We have to let go of that shit. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help you. So yeah, like absolutely. Like I think you're right. Zach, thank you for the sunglasses. I appreciate it. Not necessary, but I appreciate you very much. Jacob, I'm medically retiring at 100%, so job hunting is intimidating as fuck. So are you retiring at 100? And by the way, I'm not a VA specialist. I cannot and do not give recommendations or information on VA benefits. Just want to make that very clear. but I will speak from experience. So if you're retiring 100%, are you saying that you are retiring and you are ineligible to work, or you're retiring 100% and you can still work? If it's the latter, then there's nothing wrong with that. That is private information. HIPAA protects you. You do not have to disclose that. Military is what you did, not who you are. Jacob, you got this. Absolutely, you do. Thought-provoking podcast. I'm going to have to check you out. I think I have. I think I might follow you. If you're still on Instagram or TikTok, or actually Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, do me a favor and drop what branch of the military you were in. I would love to know where all of my followers are from on these other platforms, as well as from TikTok. Where are you guys from? Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate it. Lucky for you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Savannah, from a wife's perspective, I definitely see the struggle to uphold the relationship. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Savannah, I don't know if you saw the calendar, but I don't have it in front of me. Hold on. So, Savannah, take a look at December 2nd. That one's just for you guys. Zach, you messaged me in the hospital. The least I can do is send you a gift. I appreciate you. Listen, brother, I don't do it for the gifts. Like I'm growing my business, but honestly, like I spend time here with you guys because I do believe that listening to these things can influence you in a positive way, because it influenced me when I needed to hear it. I heard these words from someone and it fucking resonated with me. And I hope that you're at a hospital. I hope you're doing better. And honestly, brother, like just don't stop. Don't stop. The number one skill that I think anyone can develop, is the inability to quit. If you don't quit, you will win. It might take you longer. You might go through some more shit. But like right now, it's never been easier to succeed because everybody quits. Everybody gives up. Everybody stops doing it. I can't tell you how many social media accounts I've seen that they start posting and before you know it, they stop. Oh, well, I got a job, so like I didn't take it seriously anymore. Oh, well, I did the podcast for a couple episodes, but I wasn't really enjoying it. Like my first 5 or 10 episodes, I had like 3 downloads. Now we're at over 5,000. Like consistently, every episode. The first, I think, 20 episodes, like it was up to like 20 downloads. I had every reason to quit. It's like, well, this isn't working. Like, why? The inability to quit is one of the most valuable skills that you can develop. All you got to do is just keep going. It was Vets Let's Talk at one point. I changed the name. Vets Let's Talk. I think we might have talked before. Let me check you out real quick. So I like the new name a little bit better. Let me check you out real quick. Are you on Apple Podcasts? I think we've talked before. The name sounds familiar as hell. Thought-provoking podcast. Donald Hayden, is that you, my man? All platforms. Yeah. All right. Got you. I'm giving you a follow, brother. If you have guests on, I'd love to be on your episodes, or maybe I could have you on one of my episodes one of these days. Notifications. All right, cool. I got you. Resilient AF. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited. Jacob, being 100% and trying to apply for jobs is scary as heck. Why do you feel that way? Alex, if you could share with us, maybe I'm missing the point. Maybe I'm not thinking about it the right way. Zach, making it slowly but surely. I would be dead if I quit, according to my doctors. My man, like that's it right there. The proof is in the pudding. You're self-aware. You understand that if you quit, you will be dead. You have no other option. You cannot quit. You have to keep going. It really is as simple sometimes as one foot in front of the other. I'm going to check out your podcast. I just started mine, 13 episodes in. Yeah, brother, Release Control. I will give you a follow. My podcast is called the Vet Rise Podcast on all platforms. Do me a favor. If you check out the podcast, you enjoy it, drop a review, give me a rating. I'll return the favor for you for sure. And if you have guests on your podcast, Release Control, I'd love to come on. Release Control. Wonderful name. Y'all got some great names for these podcasts. I love that name. Man. So the Release Control podcast with Alan, unfiltered conversations on life, love, and growth. Fucking love it, dude. Giving you a follow. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. 13 episodes is green flags in dating, qualities that build healthy relationships. Love that. Oh, my time is up. All right, I'm going to give you all another 10 minutes. Should I stay for 10 minutes? Or you guys all got to bounce too? If you guys have to bounce, we can call it good. All right, we'll do another 12 minutes. My husband is extremely anxious and applying for jobs. Yeah, like you're supposed to be a little anxious, right? Like it means that you give a damn about it. If you were indifferent, it would mean you didn't. But like sometimes that anxiety is just a little bit of excitement. We just think it's anxiety. We just think that it's something negative because of what we felt in the past. It just means that he gives a damn. And if he gives a damn, he's going to try harder. He's going to show up better. He's going to do better at the interview. He's going to freaking show up early and like be the best freaking interview. Starting new venture, job hunting, new business, relocation, all intimidated first. Yes, I agree. But I was wondering if there was anything specific regarding him being at Jacob being at 100% and if that affected anything. I didn't think it did. In fact, I think it gives him an advantage. Maybe a disadvantage because maybe he might slow it down a little bit because he feels like he has a safety blanket. But it's definitely scary. But like my first job out of the military I was doing private security for celebrities. And that fell apart quickly. It was bait and switch. They told you one thing and then you end up doing something very different. And I quit that job. And I moved back to Chicago, and the only job that I could find was selling sheets at a mall. And it was hard. It was very hard. And now I own 3 of those kiosks. I don't own kiosks at a mall, but maybe one day. I don't know. All because of the fear of failure or maybe success, as you said. So yeah, there's fear of failure and fear of success, right? Like, what if I can? Then what? Then you have to keep doing it. Then you have to keep leveling up. Then you have to keep trying, like new levels, new devils, right? Fear of failure is like, well, if I don't try, then at least I can't say it was my fault. Yeah, but what if you do? Let's find out. You're still crushing it, brother, as you were. Appreciate you, 283-44621-798er. That's a mouthful. All right. It was very hard to get a job. Getting the job you now, I actually got in a fist fight. Yeah, and that's a problem, Zach. And I think you know that. And you know this. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that the other person was wrong. I think deep down inside, if we're being honest here and being vulnerable, like you should have avoided it somehow, some way. You can walk away. All right. I retire in a year, so it's exciting. Ready for a new chapter. Release Control podcast. Look at you. You're already freaking launching podcasts. I'm gonna guess you're Army. You're Army, aren't you? And you're at least a staff NCO. State Farm, what's up? LOL, looks like we listen. Juan, picking on you. Appreciate you. All good, Alex. By the way, we're ready for you to come back. We have some pretty cool programs and some lower priced, more affordable programs for those that can't do the full Master Your Life program, by the way, Alex. I'm trying to find ways to keep people in the community, especially when they miss it and they want to be a part of it, but maybe all of the aspects of the program aren't necessarily right for them. State Farm said, I'm excited for all you doing your thing and taking that next step. I have a bit of time yet, but I'm nervous for that step. So take that nervousness and like translate it, change it, right? Like come up with a different word, operationalize it. So like, it's not nervous. It's that you're getting ready to launch. Like you're excited. Like the nervous feeling is a good thing. It means you care. It means you're going to give your best effort. It means you actually give a damn. You're not going into it just all willy-nilly, right? Live will end in 5. Hold on. I think I might lose my live. Hold on. I got to do some puzzle piece here. Oh, no. I can't do the puzzle piece. All right. I did it. Am I good? I think I'm good. Alexandra, we miss you. Yes, we do. Logging off. Have a great night, y'all. Lauren, thank you so much for the time that you were here. I appreciate you. Do me a favor. I'm going to ask everybody here, go and follow me on the other platform. I think if I say it, I might piss off TikTok even more, and they might permanently suspend me. So JP, the veteran coach, on every other platform, just in case this happens again, you can still get a hold of me or find me. This account is technically um, not in good standing, so I can't message people, and people cannot message me right now. So I encourage you guys all to go and check out the other socials at JP, the veteran coach. Yeah, you can't say it. They get disgruntled. Yeah, I've been learning. So initially, they gave me a 30-day ban. They wouldn't tell me. I'm sorry, I didn't say that word. Like a band, like a watch band. And they wouldn't tell me why. And yeah, at the real Juan Perez. And I kept asking and asking and asking, and I think I just upset them, and then they made it permanent. So now it's back to temporary. It'll be about 10 days, and then we're good. But just waiting, right? Yes, on those platforms that Fit and Fierce with 5 just posted below. Veterans helping veterans that you out of new NE with your bird. I'm not sure what that's referring to. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up. I got to get going. I got stuff I got to do. I got my nighttime routine I got to take care of. And I just want to say thank you guys all for being here. Leo Silva, I see you, brother. It was very nice to meet you under very unfortunate circumstances. But thank you for coming up and saying hello to me the other day. It was very much appreciated. And I'm happy to know that you're doing all right. It seemed like you're doing well. I remember when we were first messaging and you were like talking about going into the academy. So I'm glad. It was nice to see you. So Leo Silva, if you're still on IG live watching, I really appreciate you, brother. All right, guys, have a great night. I appreciate you. Stay relentless. Keep getting after it. Don't quit. Like, I can repeat all this till I'm blue in the face, but just remember, like, information without implementation is just noise. All of this will mean nothing if you don't do something about it. So if something I said made you think, triggered you, disgruntled you, woke you up, whatever you want to call it, like, do something about it. Do something, whatever that is. Good night, everybody. Take care. Adios. Bye. Whew. And live video. Last time I forgot to end my live video on Instagram, and I was streaming for like an hour while I was picking my nose. Oh, I think I'm still live on Facebook and the YouTube. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye.